Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. It's that time of month where I go through what I've carried the last sort of month, few weeks, what's been in my pocket, what I've really enjoyed carrying, what will be a repeat carry for the next month or next months to come. But yeah, let's jump straight into it. So I'll get the obligatory sort of keys and things out of the way first, but normally always got my car keys in my pocket. I try to keep it separate to my house keys because this one is quite big and bulky, but I got a twisted assisted brass little bead on there and a Victorinox Swiss Mini Champ, and this is in the black A-locks. Now I picked this up off the secondary market from Wee Judd, and it has got some wonderful patina on the black A-locks. Anyone that knows me know black is my favourite colour. I think it's great, but this thing is awesome. It's honestly the best range of tools for such a small knife. So many different bits and pieces on there. You got the trach blade or the Warncliffe. You've got scissors, nail file, bits and pieces like that. Combo tool, anything you could possibly want on there. I think that's a great sort of thing to carry, even separately on keys like that. But you've got such a compact design, so many bits and pieces on that. So that's the A-locks Mini Champ on my car keys. House keys then, not changed too much from last month. Pretty much identical, I would say. Still got the little Damn Designs bead from Eric Starr, so I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Got these USA made tweezers, picked them up from Twisted Assisted. House keys, Rosecraft blades. Awanata, slowly becoming my most carried knife purely because it's on my keys. This thing gets a lot of use, it's fantastic, and it is highly underrated. For a knife that I think is about £21 here in the UK, honestly, you can get like a 3.5 finger grip on this. The walk and talk on it is ridiculous for such a small knife. D2 steel. And it's only made out of a couple bits. You can see the sort of lanyard loop here is integral with the spring. D2 Warncliffe blade, nice long pull. Honestly, you should be picking one of these up. They're fantastic. Also on here, I have my orange Rambler. So you can see you get the blade, combo tool, file, and the scissors, as well as the toothpick and tweezers on there. Olight. What's this one? I1R2 Pro. It's one with the 2 modes. So you've got the dim and then the super bright. Twistable, excellent. Rechargeable with a USB-C, and that just sort of twists together and just keep twisting to turn it on. This is my most carried torch. You can see the use it's had, and it's been banged around in my pocket. Honestly, it's fantastic. I love this little thing. I love that it's rechargeable. It's just one of the things I really go to with a flashlight now, is I need to make sure it's rechargeable, as I'm not really one to keep changing the batteries and things. It just kind of does my head in. So that's why I went with that one. Wallet carry for the last month. Shire Supply Company wallet. Got some cash in there, cards, bits and pieces like that. Natural stitching, sort of that chestnut tan. Wonderfully supple, really nice antique brass tabs on there. There is a discount code for my channel on there. It's Slipjoint Sawyer 15. Get yourself 15% off at Shire Supply Company. So make sure you're checking them out. They do some fantastic work. One of my other slips, I carried my knives in this month as well, is another recent acquisition from Shire Supply. Picked this one up in the tan leather. I believe this is the tan. I have the elasticated pen slot on there for my SVJ, I think it is. I probably butchered it. Brass pen. I will link them to their Instagram page. Taken a wonderful patina since I've had it. I think I've had it about 2 months now. You can see how shiny it was inside the grooves when my fingers don't touch, and then around the edges. It's really taken a wonderful patina. And this thing writes so smoothly, it's wonderful. Nice weight to it as well. And that sort of lives in the side here. And then I'll have some sort of single bladed slip joint in there. And the one I've been really using this for is the Bear & Sons carbon steel 4-inch Barlow. You've got the walnut scales on there, classic or carbon 4th generation. This is a fantastic knife from Bear & Son. I think it's brilliant. 1095 carbon steel, made in the USA. About £55, I want to say this is, on Cycler Knives and Tools. No-brainer pickup for me, this one. You can see the patina this thing takes. This has had a lot of use. Not afraid to use it. Not the thinnest behind the edge, but that does mean it's got a nice working edge to it, so you're not going to be concerned it's going to be going dull too quickly. Pretty much spot on with the fit and finish. I haven't got any concerns at all. It is a little off-centre, but I mean, I'm being really picky. There's no rubbing at all, so I'm more than happy to use, carry, have this in my collection. So there's the first knife. So that would normally live in here. So I'll put that in there so you can see fits in there really nice and snug. There's a little loop there if you want to clip it on a pack, but I generally just chuck that in my pocket like it is. Pop that up here. Next up, slip I've carried the most this month is my Randy's WSG slip, and he made this one for me, sent it over. Nice thin leather, which is what I tend to prefer for my slips. Just makes them feel a bit more pliable, malleable, soft in the pocket. In there I've had on the side the O-Light O-Pen Mini, another bolt action pen. Gets a lot of use from myself, and I just sort of slip this on the inside here. And as you're going to see the theme with my knives, they've honestly, this month has all been mainly single bladed jackknives, Barlows, Sodbusters. Been really on a single bladed kick this last month. Now, is it going to take over my favourite pattern being the Stockman? No, nowhere near. Stockman's a king for me, but I've really been enjoying carrying this slip. So I've had, this is probably my most carried knife, I'd say, of the whole month. It's the Twisted Assisted exclusive Arthur Wright & Sons Barlow in that burlap micarta, C70 carbon steel. This thing's had a beating the last sort of month. Twisted Assisted logo on there. Excellent walk and torque. It's about an 8 on the pull. Nice lock up or open snap. Really wonderful knife, and that sort of lives in there like that, and you can see how perfectly that sits in there. Doesn't sort of slide out unless you sort of squeeze the pouch, but wonderful slip from Randy. He is selling on the Discord. There's a little group for him on there, so if you haven't joined, join the Discord and get in touch with him. Wonderful gear from Randy's WSG, and we'll chuck his sticker up there so you can see that's the channel name for Randy. Make sure you're checking him out. Now, anyone that's close to the Discord knows I've done some sort of house maintenance, repairing the fence in the back garden or in the yard this sort of last few weeks, as it really needed doing. It was sort of falling down. And I picked up this from Twisted Assisted as well. This is their barkeep, and I was using this to pry off the old bits of wood, the old panels, getting the old screws out, nails, things like that. And it was really great. I really enjoyed carrying it. It's a little bit large for me to carry every single day, but I had this in my back pocket, put a little lanyard on it. You can see it's got a pocket clip just to pull it out, make it easier. But this thing was great for using as a pry tool. Have it in like this, popping up the slats needed to come off. Just think it was fantastic for that. So that got a good couple days carry, like solely in my back pocket while doing that sort of work in the middle of the month. So that is fantastic. Mainly aimed more at the EDC guys. I'm not a big one to carry a pry bar every day, but when I was carrying this thing, I really enjoyed using it, and it was fantastic. Another main carry knife for me is my birthday gift from my brother over in New Zealand. He picked out the red American Workman series Sodbuster Junior. This is in the red synthetic handles and the CS carbon steel. Believe it to be similar to 1095. You can see you've got the CS on there. And this thing also has taken a beat in the last sort of month. Give it a nice little strop and it was good to go. It's beautifully centered. Walk and torque is fantastic, and this just shows what Case can do when they get it right. There's not a gap on this thing whatsoever. Blade is dead center, no rubbing, wonderfully hafted. If Case could do this with every knife, they'd be the best brand out there without a doubt. Well, one of at least. You can really see the patina on the blade at that angle. Look at that, nice blues, yellows, orange. But that is Sodbuster Junior. Now the next two are purely the fault of Elando Swoon, and if you're not sure who he is, join Discord and you'll find out he's a great guy here in Wales. He sent me this knife for my birthday, so you can see it's a squirrel on it, and that was sort of an inside joke between us all on the Discord, and he sent this over to me, and I've loved this thing, and you can see the patina from the use I've got on it. And this is a Duke. See the French or squirrel there. I'm not going to read that out. I will butcher it. But this thing, honestly, I never really liked the metal folding handled knives previously. But you can see this sort of bows out in the middle, and it does make it a lot more comfortable. And don't get me wrong, is it the most comfortable knife I own? No, not by a long way. But for light jobs, sort of light EDC use, absolutely fantastic. Gentleman's carry, 100%. Carbon steel blade on there, takes a wicked edge. And these things are screaming sharp, like scary sharp. Get a half stop on this one. Nice walk and torque. Lanyard made by Elando as well. So Elan, thank you very much for that. I love that gift. And because of that, he got me into French knives. So now I've got another rabbit hole to go down. And I picked up one of these. This is the classic Duke with the Turkish clip on there. So you've got the God of Doom, I believe it is. God of Doom and Agony, I think it is, something along those lines. So you've got the maker down here. Nice etching on the blade. And again, screaming sharp. Like, they're so thin behind the edge and the blade stock is so thin and slicey. These things are mental crazy for the value you get for them. Picked this one up on the secondary market for 15, I think, on Etsy. Absolute bargain. Let's go with the Swiss Army knives I've carried the most this month. It's only really been one of these two, depending on what I'm doing. So I've had the Custom Compact by Dan Bladebridge Customs. So it's brass liners, everything's identical to a compact, apart from I had the corkscrew replaced with the Phillips screwdriver. Fantastic, love that one. And this is a Cadet, but in Celador scales. This is the Swiss Spirit 2020 model. So you've got no back tools on here. And what I love about this is it's a lot thicker than a Cadet. It makes it really comfortable in the hand. Get the main blade on there. You have the can opener and the cap lifter on the left hand side. And my favourite thing on a Swiss Army knife, because I'm always breaking my nails or need to file something down, is having the nail file on there. I think that's just a wonderful tool to have on there. It's absolutely fantastic. But honestly, it's been a tie with this and a regular Cadet. I've been carrying the one that Thrifty Kniffy bought me. He did buy me two. He bought me the DLT exclusive. This is in the green. He also got me the blue. Now the blue is a safe queen for me. The green is a user. Exactly the same tool set then as on this one, but you can just see the difference in the scale. It's pretty much about half the size, maybe a little bit more than half the size, but again, a fantastic lightweight carry for anyone that wants to carry a nice slim EDC knife. So that is the Cadet by Victorinox. Down to my slip joints. So I did a week of solely canoe carry. I wanted to get them in as much pocket time as possible because I love canoes, but I never really carried them. And these are the three that I enjoyed carrying the most. This again was another gift from John. This is the Ocean Wave series from Rough Rider. See the beautiful blue dyed pearl scales on there that absolutely change in the light, and they are honestly one of the most beautiful knives I've got. See that on there, razor sharp steel. Horseshoe tang stamp. Ooh. Strong pull on the pen blade for this one. Again, horseshoe again. Love this one. Build quality, absolutely fantastic. Brass liners on there, and this is in their 440 razor sharp steel. We have the Red Fox series from Rough Rider, another one with their newer releases. Not the newest, but one of the newer ones. This is in the red and black micarta with the micarta shield. No RT bolsters, which is, love this thing for that. Half stops on this one then, swedge in, all the bells and sort of whistles you'd expect. Wonderful little pen blade. And this thing is an absolute beast. It's got a hollow grind on it and it is slicey as hell. And I'll tell you what, that week of carrying canoes, I loved it. I'm going to have to get canoes into my rotation more and more because I think they're perfect for just everyday use. You get two blades, a large and a small one. If you carry that with a sack, there's nothing else you could really need. And then another one. This is the Walmart exclusive Buck 389, I believe it is. Yep, canoe. Again, you get the drop point spear blade on there and the pen blade on this side. And the build quality on this as well is fantastic. Loved carrying this one. This one got about 2 to 3 days carry, whereas some of the others got maybe 1 day on my canoe week. But really recommend people trekking out canoes. I love them. And then last two, we have a Arthur Wright & Sons Twisted Assisted exclusive Lambsfoot, and you can see the patina on this thing. I had my breakfast with this the other day and it got destroyed by the bacon. Wonderful, really comfortable. And I will say Twisted Assisted have some spear points on the way and they're going to be phenomenal. C70 carbon steel then, made in Sheffield. Fit and finish is absolutely wonderful. Tiniest little gaps up here. And the termination maybe not the best down there, but blade centering is spot on. Pull is spot on. About an 8. Nice snap. Walk and torque is great. And then finally, my favourite knife that I've received in the last sort of month is my Ashley Harrison custom sort of single bladed bow / sow belly. This is in 1095 with this wonderful clip point blade. This really vibrant green micarta on there as well. Brass liners. Fit and finish is flawless. And when I say flawless, there's not a gap. There's nothing I can find wrong with this thing. Termination perfect. And you can make out the greens. I don't know where he sourced this micarta from, but he definitely knows where to get the good stuff. Wonderful edge on there. Just give it a little bit of a strop and it was sharp as hell. Patinaed up from all the use it's had. Ashley Harrison custom. And the price I paid for this thing was phenomenal. It was under £100 for a custom knife from Ashley. But there we go, guys. That's my sort of most used over the last sort of few weeks to a month. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.